The YAU method has been used by many top speed cubers to set many records, and here's how to do it. Our first step is to make two opposite centerpieces. Make sure one of these centers is your cross color, so I'm going to do white and yellow in this example. So building these two centers is very similar to the reduction method or the beginner method that you do, where you make a bar using two centerpieces, make a second bar to go with it, and then match them up to make our first centerpiece. And then I make my yellow centerpiece. So there's those two matched up and these two matched up. And I make sure not to destroy this, like so. Now if you're struggling to make these two centers, then I explain this more in my beginner 4x4 tutorial. Once our two centers are made, you're going to hold your cross color piece on the left. So since I'm going to make the white cross, I'll hold my white centerpiece here on the left. Now if you're more left-handed dominant and you want to hold it on the right, that's okay, but you're going to have to flip everything I show. But with this on the left, we want to make 3 white edge pieces to go around it. It doesn't matter which 3, but just 3 white edges. So here I can see my orange and white piece. So I look around my cube for my other orange and white, which for me is back here. So I know I can just match that up by doing a slice, like this. And then we insert this next to our white centerpiece, anywhere you want, so then we can start to build our white cross. Now it may take you a while at first to look around the cube to find the edge pieces to match up, but this is something that will just improve over time. Just make sure that once you've inserted your first edge, you don't accidentally mess this up. So if I try and do my white and red edge pieces next, which is here and here, I want to make sure I don't move this edge here. So I may move this red down and this red to the back and bring them together. And now when I insert this into our cross, I'm just going to take care of the color scheme. So on a standard 3x3, orange and red are opposite. So I need to make sure that when I insert this edge piece, it's opposite to my orange. Now moving on to my last edge, I'm going to do this one here, my blue and white. And that edge piece is also back here. So here is my edge. I can bring this across the parrot and then bring it up to pair them together. I have to insert this now into my cross. And if I think about the colour scheme, I know red is to the right of green when white's on top. So this blue must go here, like so. And now I have 3 edge pieces done and they're connected to my white centre and they're in the correct order. And this order is the same that you'll see on a 3x3. Now that our first 3 edges are done, I'm going to keep holding this on the left and I'm going to hold this empty slot here at the top. So these 3 are just pointing down. And the only reason for this is keeping it at the top, we can do more U moves and we won't mess this up. As if this is up here and we bring it out, we may mess it up. And our next step is to make our centerpieces around the middle. So pairing up these centers is quite similar to the reduction or beginner method that you learn. So if you're struggling in any of these cases, I would go check that out. But you just got to make sure we don't mess up any of these edges in the process. So that may mean using slice moves instead of a whole move up. So if I start, for example, by making my blue centerpiece, I got these 3 already here, and I can know my last blue is up here. So I may do something just like this to pair this center up. And once your first center is made, if you hold it at the bottom, you can see your other pieces easier. So now that I put blue at the bottom, I'm going to think of the color scheme of my cube and do the next center above it. So in this case, it will be orange, because if you look at a standard 3x3, if I have white on top, orange will be to the right of the blue, as you can see with my edge pieces I put in here. So I can see 1 orange edge here, and I've got 3 at the back. So I may just start by bringing this bar to the front like so. So I will bring this empty edge down. So I'm going to go down with 2, spin and up, just to bring this down. And now I'll pair up these 2 center pieces here. So I may do something like this. And then lastly, get these 2 center pieces together to make a massive centerpiece. And now that's 2 of our edges done. So I'm going to bring this down again, just so I can now see my last 2 edges, and we just got to pair this up. So knowing this case, what I'm going to do is, since it's in the little 3s, I can hold it like this, pair this up, over and down. Now, like I said earlier, if you're struggling with certain cases to pair up the edges, look at my beginner method tutorial where I show all the different cases you may have. The only difference with YAU method is you just got to be wary that you only use this open slot as to not mix up these edges here. Now that we've made all of our centres, I'm going to hold this white side at the bottom, or whatever your cross colour is, and I'm going to pair up my last white edge and insert it. So for me, that edge is here and here, so I may just do something like this, so they're set up so I can easily pair them up, take them out to the top, move this layer back, and now I can just insert this edge into my cross. So I'm just going to line it up so all my centres match up with the edges and just insert that green in here. And now every single cross piece should be made and they should line up with the correct centre pieces around your cube. Now all that's left to do is to pair up all the rest of our edges, and then we've reduced this into a 3x3. So to do this with YAU method, we use a thing called 3-2-3 edge pairing. This means we pair up 3 edges, then we pair up 2 edges, and then we pair up the remaining 3 edges. Now most of the time you can follow this quite exactly. Sometimes there are certain cases where the 3-2-3 doesn't work, but just follow along as far as you can and it'll be quite obvious if it's not matching up. So what we do is we're going to slice our layer. So I like to slice it to the left like so. And I'm going to look at this edge here because I sliced it to this side. So this here is red and blue. So I'm going to find the red and blue edge, or the one that matches up with this, that is. So for me that's here. And I'm going to insert it down into this bottom bit here, so that when I move this back, they'll match up. So I've sliced it across, I found the corresponding edge, and now I'm just going to insert it. And as we can see, if I slice back, they match up. But we're not going to slice back yet, because you need to do 3 edges, remember? So that's our first edge done. So now we move on to our second edge. And for me, it will be this one on top. So these 2 are done, then we look on top. So this is orange and yellow. So I find my orange and yellow edge. So I can just take it out, move it across, and put it in so it will match up diagonally, like so. Now this means when we slice back, we've got 1 paired up, and we've got 2 paired up. But we need 3, so we're going to keep it over there, and we're going to do our last edge. So on top of this piece we just done is our one here. So we've done these 2 diagonally, we've done these 2 diagonally, so we need to do diagonally one more time. So this is red and green. I find my red and green, and I insert it down here. And now when we slice back, there's 3 edges paired up on our cube, and there'll be 1 empty slot left. Now that we've paired up our first 3 edges, we now pair up the next 2. So I'm going to hold my 1 unsolved edge in the middle layer here on the front right. And I'm going to look at which of these edges is on the bottom. So here it's orange and green. So I'm going to find my other orange and green edge, which will be somewhere in the top. And for me, it's up here. We want to insert this edge so it's diagonal to this one here, so that we can match up with a slice move. So I can insert it like this. And now, if I slice across, they pair up. But we want to insert 2 edges here. So the other thing we're going to look at is the piece on top of it. So this piece is green and yellow. And we're just going to find our green and yellow edge, which is here. And the reason we do this is now if we slice across, like this, I'm now going to replace my paired up edge with this one containing my green and yellow. So I want to put my green and yellow so it's on the bottom. So that if I now move this slice back, this one pairs up as well. And now we're on to our final 3 edges, one of which will be here on the left, and then your other two will be somewhere in the top layer. So we pair up these three edges in a similar way to how we paired up the last two. I'm going to look at these two here on the left, and I'm going to look at which one's on top. So for me, it's yellow and blue. So I find my other yellow and blue edge, which is here at the front for me, and I'm going to insert it so these two are diagonal, so we can pair them up with a slice. So I move this one down here, like this. So now, these two edges can be paired up by slicing together. Now before we remove this edge out, what we want to do is we want to pair up this edge here as well. So for me, that's blue and orange. So once I've moved this over to pair these two edges up, I'm going to find my blue and orange piece, which is here, and I want to put it so these two will pair up when we slice back. So since this is in the bottom, I want this piece to be at the top, like so. And now when we move it back, they pair up. Now hopefully you've been able to follow the 3-2-3 edge pairing and all of your edges are matched up. But if you have something like this at any stage where two edges contain the same colours, then it may mix you up a bit. And here's an algorithm you can do to flip these edges so that they're correct. We're first going to hold them in the front left and front right, and we're just going to slice across from left to right. And now we're going to do an algorithm that will flip these two edges so that when we slice back, they'll match up okay. So I've sliced across, and now I do this algorithm. And now I slice back, and these two edges are matched up. Now that every edge is matched up, you just have a 3x3 solve, and our cross is already made. So if you're using beginner method, or most likely CFOP at this stage, you can now just solve the cube as normal. You may get OLL parity, which looks like this, and you should know this from my beginner method, but I'll just show the algorithm once. If you want a way to help to remember OLL parity, I explain that more in my beginner method tutorial. And also, if you get PLL parity, you should know this as well, but I'll do the algorithm once again, and it looks like this. And that's YAU method on the 4x4. I really hope this helped, and if you have any questions or requests, drop it in the comments. If this video has helped you, then please consider liking and subscribing, as it really helps me out. And as always, thank you for watching.